And then I said oatmeal, and then I shot her in the head. Oh, yeah, well, we're on slime. Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome to the Weird Flex But Okay podcast, your weebs, workouts, and advice podcast. Every bi-weekly, 2 weeks. Why is it bi-weekly? Because we got biceps. And can't you see our picture right now? Yeah, isn't that awesome? You are joined by me, Jordan Jacksblade Downs, and Katie Connie Day, official. And she is going to be talking about the email, but no, I got the email because it's Weird Flex. Actually, I don't got the email because I forgot. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to your Comedy Weebs Workouts and Advice podcast. We are your lovely hosts, Jordan Jacksblade Down and Katie Connie Day Johnson. And with the music that you hear is by the beautiful What's My Name on Instagram and SoundCloud. Yes, he is beautiful. And yeah, we have a Patreon. We have a heckin' flippin' email. You can email us at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com if you'd like to ask a question. And real quick,
are we family friendly?
Oh, we are probably not family friendly. What's that shirt that you had shared? That was
my friend made that shirt.
It
was like, I'm not advertiser friendly. Like, I still don't understand how that works. I need to talk to Saber and all about that because I'm like, I don't know if my channel is kid friendly.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know that there's this new thing coming out that I don't understand. Yeah, but I know that it's affecting people.
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for Vivzy Pop because Vivzy Pop is like, your channel got labeled for kids, and it's just like, no, my channel is not for kids. It's about fucking demons fucking each other. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, our channel is not family advertiser friendly. Fuck them kids. If you're a kid, get the fuck out of here. Come back when you're 13.
I'm excited to see on YouTube maybe some channels come out that explain exactly what COPPA is, or COPA or whatever, because I'm just kind of a little bit confused because I don't know how to read documents like that to the extent that they can be understood.
All I know
I'm not
is
involved in that side of it.
Yeah, all I know is if you're a kid-friendly video, you can get in trouble, but if you're too overly bad, then they can demonetize you. So it's so if you say oh, my stuff is not for kids, but they label it for kids, they could fine you $42,000 for video. I'm just are you fucking nuts?
I saw Ross O'Donovan tweeting about that, about how he's going to be removing some old videos, even though I don't understand. Couldn't they just come after all your videos if they're the ones deciding whether it's kid friendly, even though you've told them it's not? This is...
Wait, what? I didn't know that either. See, I don't know if I have to go check all my videos.
There are elements that I don't understand. I don't understand. So I want some YouTubers that know how to speak law, to make some videos explaining this. And I'm sure that they will because it's YouTube. Of course they will. Because they're going to be outraged. And if you're outraged, that means more videos, so it's going to happen.
Hey, we got our verifications back.
Yeah.
Because they almost took that away. And we were like, no, we're not going to take... But this is an actual law, government law. Because the parents can't watch their fucking kids. They just have a YouTube for kids. Just have a YouTube for kids like Netflix has a Netflix for kids.
I actually think there is a YouTube thing that's like YouTube Kids. So, literally, what do you fucking want? It exists already. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyone listening to the episode, if you know anything about it, comment your thoughts or comment what you know. And I'm going to be on the lookout for more information about the stuff. And heck, if I see anything, relevant, maybe I'll post it up.
Yeah.
And speaking of posting up, I actually want to give a shout out to our patrons real quick. Thank you guys so much. We have gotten some new ones. It's really
fun,
cool.
Sexy. Love your work, by the way.
Dude, so fun, so sexy. But yes, for our $2 patrons, because you have to be $2 tier to get, yes, we've also been sharing some hentai in our Patreon. It's been,
beautiful.
It's been amazing.
You can go hear my hentai girl voice. Go watch it.
You can. Me and Jordan recorded some funny stuff the other day. That's all I'm going to say. You have to go subscribe on Patreon to listen to it. But yeah, $2 patrons will get a shout out during the episode. And you guys are incredible, and we hope you like our bonus content. And so thank you so much, Joseph Andrew Grinder, Adrian Leinard, Carsonator TTV, the main character, the Swagnamite, Windstorm 555, Christopher Kaiser, and Morgan Alsing.
Morgan Alsing. I know Morgan. He's a good guy. He's been following me for a long time.
That's so awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. If you'd like to To join our Patreon, it's just $1 or $2 a month. $1, you get to see our exclusive Patreon feed where we sometimes do bonus content or do whatever.
Vending
and we
machine
have,
snack.
Yes, we are posting snacks there. Go check it out.
Yes.
And for $2 a month, you get all of that, but you also get this cool little shout out. So that's pretty neat. So thank you guys so much for this support. And gosh, Jordan and I have been having a very interesting day.
Yeah.
Because like we've been just talking about like life and decluttering and how like, dude, it's almost the end of a decade, and like there's just a lot of like changes coming our way and changes coming people's way, and it's really cool to just sit back and kind of look and reflect, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's super cool. It's super cool to just be like, oh yeah, this is what you gotta do. Like, especially like comparing, like, oh, this is how you looked at the beginning of the decade. This is how you look now. So it's like it's cool stuff like that. Just seeing how everyone's changing and stuff like that, and then how I might be a furry now because I went over my 5 thanks to Disney Plus. But it's like, you know what is funny? No. Is like for years I fought it, and I was just like, I just sort of went like, you know what? I don't give a shit anymore, because I was thinking about it, because when I was watching Disney Plus is amazing, by the way. It's only $7 a month. They're probably going to change it. Like whatever they say. I still think I've been having a blast watching a ton of shows on Disney Plus. But then like I was like watching shows, and I was just like, oh my God. I remember I thought Gadget was so hot on Rescue Rangers. Oh my God. That cat thing is so hot. Oh my God. Roxanne is really hot. Oh my God. Mallory just died. And I was just like, crap. I went over the 5 furry characters I allowed myself. I was like,
oh no.
And I was just like, you know what? At this point, yiff, motherfucker. I guess. All right. I'm not. And I was like saying, like, can I have like, do fur sonas have to be cute? Can I have like a badass dragon? Like, if I wanted like, you can't see this, but go Google Deathwing.
Isn't that like, would that be called a scaly?
Yeah, I'm a scaly. I'm such a scaly because I love Mia from Monster Musume. Like, could I have like a fur sona that looks like, or a scale sona or whatever it's called, that looks like, for chat, for people in the podcast, just Google Deathwing. I'm about to post it, but like this. Like that. I don't want no cute shit. I want some badass looking thing. Like I'm a monster.
Yo.
I'm a freaking. Yeah, it's like a kaiju. Like I want like that. Like,
I can see it. So if your Sona is a kaiju, would you want to actually be like hundreds of feet tall, or would you want it to be condensed to a smaller size,
like,
but it still looks badass?
Have you ever watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember how Toru can like shrink and grow and do all that?
Yes.
Yeah, then like that. That's how I want it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like you can have like kind of a humanoid form where you have maybe a dragon tail and like some little stuff, but then you
No,
can
I don't need
turn
no dragon
back into
tail.
the
I just
giant.
want to look like a human, and then like I
Okay.
transform like blah, motherfucker. Yeah,
Okay.
like it's like that whole talk we had before about like the werewolf, and if you werewolf ate someone,
Yes.
are they a cannibal?
Yes.
Yeah.
But in this case, you would have like control over when you transform.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would
Okay,
still
yeah.
eat people, and it's not
Yes.
cannibalism because of a
Oh
different
my
species.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, yeah, people. Yeah, dude. What chat down below. I don't know why I keep saying chat. I'm so used to Twitch. Hey, tell us what your animal is. Remember, if you haven't chosen your fursona before 2020, you will be assigned one. So
you will be assigned one?
Yes.
That meme is persisted every year, and it
That
makes
shit
me so
cracks me up.
happy.
You will be assigned one. What's your animal,
I
Katie?
need to be. You know, I always said that like I loved weenie dogs and like stuff like that, but if I'm being real, I think I really am a giraffe, man. Like
You really want to be a giraffe? Like a
I
giraffe?
think so. I'm afraid of like getting neck injuries. So like if I was gonna be a giraffe person, I'd want my neck to be a little shorter, I guess, but like I'd want to be
What's
really
something like
tall.
BoJack? Like
Yeah,
one of the
kind of
BoJack
like a
Horseman
BoJack
people?
Universe giraffe person. Except
Okay.
I think there was a giraffe in there and they had flimsy necks.
Yeah, they did. They had the
Yeah.
problems. So you just shrink it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, so I'm trying to think of one that would be more like, because we know that like Paleo's gonna be a dolphin.
Yeah, Paleo's a dolphin. Saber is a saber-toothed tiger. Our friend
Yes.
Matt Matacable is a pony.
Of course.
Freaking Tom. Tom, you didn't get to meet.
Is
Tom.
Race a fox?
No, I'm pretty sure Race is a rabbit. I mean, actually, I need to ask Race. I'm pretty sure it's he's a rabbit or some shit. But yeah.
Oh, because I thought.
Well, he loves
Okay,
Judy
yeah.
Hopps. Like he is obsessed
Oh.
with Judy Hopps. So like I
Okay.
guess he would be I'm not sure. I have to ask. No, he's probably a chipmunk because he loves Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and that's how he met his wife. Cause they went to the Acorn Cafe.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they're like OTP as fuck.
They're so cute.
What was Tom was a raccoon because he has a raccoon thing. I'm a dragon snake or a shark man. Oh, can I be both? Could I like be like a? I just want to be like a hybrid. Yeah, and then like Hero was like
shark.
what? Yeah, that Hero was like we asked him, he was like, oh, what are you, a human? And you're like, no, you got to be assigned one. And then Paleo was like, yeah, you got to be assigned one or else you get picking like a monkey or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that's bad for us. You can't be a monkey. You're black. Yeah, so, and then like ironically he started to watch like We Bare Bears on Netflix. It's like, oh, there. And I was like, oh bear, yeah. There you go, bear. And he was just like, fuck it. That's
boom, got it.
Yeah, I don't still. Yeah, so he's a bear whether he likes it or not.
But yeah, but besides that stuff, like what work stuff have you been up to? I know you've been really busy. Is there anything you can announce?
My app came out, which is cool.
What?
Wait till the third week. I'll just say that. Like I'm not supposed to say that, but I'll say that. I'm trying to get my hair because I'm doing do you know who Spike Spiegel is, right? From Cowboy Bebop. Okay, so I'm trying to get my hair because I got a Spike Spiegel Tough Like the Tunes coming out, and my hair does this thing where someone was like, you could just, you could get like his hair for yourself, like a black people version of it. And I was like, wait, how? Just pick your hair out and do your twist comb thing. So I've been trying to get my hair, and I noticed like if I do my hair like that, I can also do Deku because they have the same hairstyle. Like literally Spike is like Deku's dad. And so it's just like, if I can do that, because I also have the Deku like outfit. I just got it recently, and I got the gauntlets and stuff like that you put on your clothes and stuff. So it looks really cool. I'm gonna wear Jordans with it though because it's black Deku. So yeah, so he's got to have his Jordans. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on right now is trying to style my hair in that way so it looks like pretty cool.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take like a little photo shoot as both of them, so that's gonna be fun. I got my Doom helmet, so that's gonna be cool. But Doom doesn't come out till March, so I have to wait to do that one. I got my freaking Demon Slayer stuff in, so that's gonna be cool.
Yo!
Yeah, I just need to wait for my freaking pig head to show up so I can do the Kentara shit. So that's gonna be fun.
I still need to watch that. I hear it's really good.
Oh, it is really good. It's one of those shows that you think is gonna be like, oh, this is dark and depressing, but it gets like really funny. Then it gets really good, and it's just like, it's like a really, really good show. And like Tanjiro is one of those characters where it's just like, if you watch it and you compare it to like My Hero Academia, it's just like, okay, both of you are like the most good children I've ever seen in my life, and it's just like you're so pure, so good. And it's like honestly, you like after you watch it, like you don't know who to like more, Tanjiro or Deku, because it's just
so it's like really wholesome.
No, Tanjiro is like super. Tanjiro is like the most one of the legitimate most polite, likable protagonists I've ever seen in any media. Because like there's stuff that you go like, freaking Goku can be cool, but he's annoying here. Naruto's cool, but he does annoying shit here. Luffy does this here. Deku, you could say, oh, he cries too much or something like that. Tanjiro is just likable. Like, there's just like, I can't honestly say anything negative about Tanjiro because like he's not bad. He's like a person who does stuff. Like he's not gonna have that whole like, if I kill you, I'm no better than you moment. He's like, no, I am mature enough to realize that this demon has to die, but I will feel sympathy for you when I end you. And he's just like, okay, I give in. And then like a lot of the demons he fights, they like, or like they do like these really deplorable things, but like when he like finishes them off, you see flashbacks of when they were human, and it's just like, he showed me kindness even though I was and then they like sort of fade away, and it's like that. And it's just like, oh, that's good. And then like the way he reacts to things is like, he's not naive, he's very mature. Like there's some stuff where he's just oblivious about, where he was just like, but
it's understandable because he is still a child, but
no,
he's able to.
He's like 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is still kind of, it's in reason for there to be levels of immaturity, but the fact that he has enough of it to understand at least like basic empathy is good. Because honestly, in real life, there's some 16-year-olds fucking struggling with empathy now.
Oh yeah,
calling you out, universe.
No, it's true. Like teenagers and middle schoolers are assholes. But it's he's just super, super likable as a person. Like there's like honestly, there was this one part that cracked me up where like this guy was supposed to be mad at him, and then like it was like there's this part where he's just staring at him. It's like, why are you upset? He's like, 'cause you did this shit. And then he like gives him this look, and he's like looking at his eyes, and it's just like there's this little caption that says eyes of pure innocence, and it's just like, I can't be mad at this kid. It's just like,
I can't be mad at this kid.
It's just like, so that like that was funny. That was.
Is it on Netflix or?
It's on Funimation and Verve.
Okay, Funimation and Verve. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cause like, yeah, I really should watch it. Recently, is there any more work stuff you wanted to talk about?
No. That's pretty much all I've been doing. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've been watching so many and reading so many things that I've kind of fallen behind on them because I keep putting my finger in so many pies. But recently, I caught up 100% with the Promised Neverland manga. I had fallen a few chapters behind. I am 40 chapters behind One Piece and 30 chapters behind My Hero.
Okay.
So I'm determined to catch up with them by the end of the year. And, like, it'll be doable because if I could read 900 chapters of One Piece.
Yeah, that's what everyone always says. That, like, they were talking about you in the Discord the other day. We were like, Katie's not human. She caught up on fucking One Piece. She read that shit. And we were like, because we were talking about, like, One Piece. And it's just like, the show's, I mean, it's good, but it has this. And then they were saying, like, I mean, like, I just could never do that. And I was just like, well, Katie did it. And it's just like, do you know how Katie's not human? She did this shit like how fast? And I kind of exaggerate. I was like, I think she started in January, finished in May, and I know you were reading earlier before that, but like, well, I said that, but it was funny. So yeah.
No, like, and also Critical Role, which is the D&D podcast I love to listen to. I've been attempting to catch up to. There's about 80 episodes out, each about 3 to 4 hours long. It's a bit of a struggle, but I'm on episode 38. And I only started like 2 months ago.
Damn.
So like, yeah. So I'm not necessarily thinking I'm going to finish 100% by the end of the year with Critical Role. But if I could like, by midway next year, if I can be 100% caught up with Critical Role, I'd like to be. And so my time has been spent listening to D&D podcasts and like, I've been rewatching Friends.
Friends.
Stuff like that. Yeah, so I haven't started like any new anime except, of course, on the weekends, me and Zach watch Vinland Saga together, which, I am you would love Vinland Saga.
I know everyone keeps saying that, but then like I keep hearing, I heard some other things. I was like, well, because like my friends know I don't like overly depressing shit, so they were just like, Jordan, I think you would like it, but I'm warning you right now, there's some shit, because like that was one of the reasons why I didn't watch what's that show with the little kids, Made in Abyss and Promised Neverland, because they were like, oh yeah, that shit's really depressing. So I was just like, okay, so I might check it out because I like fight scenes. So if the hype fight scenes overtake me more than
there is this character that
with
you
a beard
have to get to. He goes by Thorkel.
Oh, you mean I saw that guy? He got his fingers cut off and was like, "Oh, come back and fight again." I saw that fight.
He is the best character.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the current episode is just all about him and Thorfinn, and it's so fucking lit. Cause like this show is definitely, yes, it has sad moments, and honestly, all of the characters you're kind of just not really wanting to root for, but you know, like they are the main characters, so you're following their story. It's interesting to learn about them because there is some historical accuracy to some of the stuff going on in the story. But like, you know, the characters aren't exactly likable per se, but like because like, you know, they're literally like just destroying, pillaging villages and murdering them all, and like they're innocent people. Like they're hurt. They're doing a lot of shit to innocent people, and it's not okay.
Yeah.
But you're following their story. You're learning about them, and you're following these characters that can do this. And Thorfinn is kind of the lens you see through, who's like this kid that in the show
his dad got
Oh, so you've seen some of it?
Yeah, I watched some of it because I was like curious about it, and then like I saw like oh, he went from like, oh, this cute
and
naive
so
kid
journey,
to like yeah.
The part that it's at right now is honestly, it makes everything just so fucking worth it. Because, like, there's so much development happening, and I'm telling you, Thorkel is your boy. Like, because even though, yes, there's, like, a lot of barbaric stuff happening in regards, the respect that you have for Thorkel and the way he handles things, and, like, the way he has, like, a code that he follows, like, when it comes to how he fights and, like, how men should treat each other and, like, all this stuff, it's, like, you can only respect Thorkel like to that sense. Obviously, all the other characters and everything that they're doing in terms of the pillaging and all this stuff, no, fuck them. I can't wait for them to die. And like Thorkel, like obviously, like all of these characters, they're in a wartime, so there's lots of stuff where it's like, you gotta, I guess, like the work you're doing. I don't know.
Right.
Like there's a lot of like when it comes to morality, a lot of things lacking.
Right.
But you're understanding and watching these characters, and I think there's a place for stories like that.
Right.
Like to where it's not just all, oh man, I'm so happy to watch these characters and root for them and anime protagonists. It's like, no, honestly, I'm not really rooting for the characters. Most of the time I'm rooting for the villages. But
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, but Thorkel is an instance where I low-key just root for Thorkel. I'm just like, I want him to do what he's doing. Like, I support Thorkel to an extent. And so, yeah, but yeah, otherwise, those are kind of some of my goals with the stuff I've been watching. And I have been really happy to have so many stories in my life that I can kind of be reading and doing. And voiceover stuff has actually been going pretty okay, too.
Awesome.
And I actually recently, I'll keep it a secret mostly, but I have, I do commission sometimes, like, personalized stuff where, like, I voice Weiss, or like I have like impressions that I do,
right.
And people have like Twitch notifications and stuff, and they'll kind of want like a specific character to like say stuff for their Twitch, but they can't obviously hire the actual actress.
Right.
But like for Weiss, I've been actually getting commissioned more to do like personalized Twitch messages for like followers, like thank you for subscribing, like stuff like that. And I actually did like a trade that I started today.
Stupid.
Oh no.
My phone's
Hello?
being spam risk. I'm here. Yeah, my phone's being stupid. Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
But
Tell us about your Weiss.
Yes, so I've gotten a few more commissions for that, and I have some art that someone that's a really good Weiss artist is gonna be making me some stuff in exchange for me doing some stuff for their Twitch, and I'm like excited. So if anybody needs like some Weiss or some whatever out there, hit me up. We can do an exchange, or I take Ko-fi. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have fun. Yeah, it's so weird because the world of online voiceover, there's so many different ways to vary your income sources, and I've been doing pretty okay, like, and I've been doing fun auditions. I have some roles I'm excited about, but I can't talk about until like next year, and it's like but it's been fun. I've been working hard. I've been seeing opportunities come, and I think I've already talked about it, but I'm going to Anime Los Angeles the beginning of January. Yeah, and I have my flight, my hotel. I'm going to be getting a free badge because there's going to be some stuff I'm doing at the con that I can't wait to talk about.
Nice.
So everybody just like, I don't know, keep up because it's lit. We're doing it.
Nice.
But yes, I will stop talking about all of my needs and just not needs, all of the things that have been making me feel happy. And Vinland Saga for 10 minutes. Let's get to our questions.
Sure.
All right. So, let's see. What childhood memory brings back the most joy when you think back on it? I have a few.
There's like quite a few like Christmas memories of just like, oh my god, I got this action figure. I really wanted this action figure. I'm gonna go make him fight my action figure, like with Jurassic Park and DBZ and stuff like that. And like, I have a here's one.
Yes.
Okay, so this is funny because like in the Dragon Ball community, this is like one of the most like mixed movies on. You have people who love it, you got people that hate it, but like Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, not the new Broly where it's like, you know, him and Chile, but like the one that came out when we were kids. Like this movie was like one of the most hyped up movies as a kid because it was like we had all seen Broly before, but we never seen him in a movie because it was American. We're just like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna be like. I wonder what he's gonna do. And then like we had this like big sleepover with like my friends and stuff like that, and then we like brought over our Dragon Ball Z Budokai game, which is a PS2 Dragon Ball Z game, one of the funnest games, a bit dated now but super fun to play back then. And then we got all our Dragon Ball Z action figures, and we had pizza and soda and donuts. We watched the movie and we kept rewatching the movie, and we like played our action figures, and we did the fight scene on each other, you know, like doing it, like that was so cool. And then it was just like back and forth, so stuff like that always brings me back. Like that was super cool. there was one time like
That's so
we were
beautiful.
watch. Here's a bad one. So like there's one time we were watching Skinamax because it was on the TV because like his mom had just gone to bed and we like started putting it on. And we're like, dude, shut up. And I was just like, dude, I just want to watch this. Oh my god, she's got some big titties.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And his mom kept like nearly coming in the room, and we had to keep changing the channel back to like Nick at Night. And so like it was so funny. And so we kept waiting, and then it was just like, okay, yeah, let's watch this. And then it was just like, okay. And then like I remember I was like, I was like, oh, this is like, just leave it here for a bit. And my friend was like trying to like go to sleep, and I was like, no, just give me the fucking thing. Just let me watch it. I was like getting super and that was fun, and then we almost got caught, but then we didn't, and that was super cool. Sleepover stuff was always fun.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, all the like little memories as a young weeb, like that nowadays, being a nerd nowadays versus when you're a kid, it's so different because like the excitement you feel like when it feels so new is so different. Like I remember my first time going to a con, and I compare it to when I go to cons now. It's like, man, it was such a different world, and like the tiniest things would excite me. And I see videos of kids on Twitter that maybe they make some people cringe, but they just bring back this wholesome place in my life. Like I saw this video of this kid that was cosplaying Deku, and he was meeting Chris Sabat, who voices All Might, and the kid was like maybe 14 and just going, "Oh, yes, sir. Thank you so much," like trying so hard to contain their joy. And I just remember being that kid.
I remember when I used to get like freaking geeked out over like meeting people. I think that's sort of something that I mean, I guess it's good now in a sense because it's just like, oh, I'm a grown ass man or something like that. But there are some people, like the only 3 people I will legitimately geek out over these days are The Rock, Will Smith, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like if I met any of them, I am geeking the fuck out. But anyone else, it's just like, hey, I just want to let you know I really respect your work and stuff like that.
Yes,
it's good to see you. And then, but like I remember back when I went to my first con, like the first BronyCon I ever went to, I remember I geeked the fuck out when I met Andrea Libman, like who voices Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. I was like, oh my god, can I? She gave me a hug and I was like, oh god. And then like I have like the picture when I was just smiling. Yeah, I was like so happy. I was like,
you were cheesing so hard.
I was cheesing, so I think I have the picture. I'll post it and the thing, people. Hold on, you can go on my Twitter and you can see it. Let me find it. Oh my god, it was good. I think
the one person that would make me freak out, like, because pretty much everybody that I meet, like celebrity culture, all that stuff, I'm just pretty much, like, hey, like, you're really cool, like, or I'd maybe want to shake their hand or say hi. And most of the time I won't because I don't want to bother them. But just seeing them is like, oh, cool, there they are. But the one person that I would be like, oh my gosh, might not know how to be is Taylor Swift, actually.
Tay Swift?
Tay Swift. Like, she is that level of celebrity in our society, too. But, like, I've been following her since I was 14, since I was, like, when she was a country artist. Like, and I lived in little old Alabama. Like, if I got to meet her and shake her hand, like, for all the heartbreaks I've been through, she's been there, okay? And, like, just tell her how much of an impact her art had on me. Like, that would be cool. I don't know if I necessarily categorize myself as, like, a Swiftie, because I don't, like, follow all of her social media stuff, like, to the T,
Swifties,
like some people
is that what they're called?
That's what they're called, yeah. I don't know if I'm there, because, like, I don't have a Tumblr, and I know most of that stuff happens on Tumblr. But yeah, that's like the one celebrity that I just genuinely wouldn't know how to act around. I mean, I know how to be a human being. I'm not gonna yell or do something weird, but I would inside my emotions would just be my innards would not be handling it okay, and I would probably be shaking a little. Like that's like, and I think we all have like a level of that inside of us where, like, you know how to be respectful and how to do this stuff, but sometimes your emotions, like, because it can be an exciting experience as long as you don't go out of your way and try to make things uncomfortable for them. But they know the position that they're in. They're gonna treat it with empathy. It's just, you just have to do your best, but sometimes it's hard, and that's why those beautiful moments as a little kid, like, I remember when I was like 12 or 13 at a con, and I would see like a big voice actor walk by that, like, we all know who they are. We would just be like, oh my gosh, it's Caitlin Glass, or like, it's Travis Willingham. Like,
oh my god, it's like, Robin Williams.
Yeah, well, we never really got that chance at an anime convention.
yeah.
But
I mean, he's a cool guy.
yeah, may he rest in peace.
Wait, he's dead?
Yes.
Are you serious or are you joking?
Robin Williams?
Yeah, Robin Williams, like the genie.
Yes, he's been dead for years. It was suicide. Are you joking right now?
Oh, okay. I'm so people. I'm having a mental fart right now
Oh,
because like
okay.
I had like so I said Robin Williams, but I had Jim Carrey's head in my head,
Oh,
and so I like
God.
was like when you said like may he rest in peace. Like even I recognized what I said. I said Robin Williams when I was thinking Jim Carrey, so my brain just went
Yeah.
like, wait, what? What? And I was just like,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? I was supposed to be like,
Yeah, no, Jim Carrey's very much alive. He's in the new Sonic movie, which I am actually very excited for.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so yeah, in terms of like nerding out and stuff, I think I had similar situations when like the Naruto movie went to theaters a long time ago, or when the Death Note movies were in theaters. I had a friend that we would weeb out together, and we cosplayed and went to the theater with my mom, and like we were so excited. Like just that joy that we felt seeing other people wearing Naruto t-shirts at the movie theater when we never, we hadn't really been doing a lot with cons or other nerds yet. So like seeing that was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like there's other people that like this, and it was so new and exciting. And I just hope that young people nowadays can find an environment like that, because it was what helped me a lot growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm just like, it gives me so much joy thinking back on it.
Sorry.
But then I also have like a few like family memories that make me happy. Like me and my mom, like one time when I was younger, it was actually around Christmas, we had like our basset hounds were in the backyard and it was freshly snowing. And so we went outside to get snow to make snow ice cream. And then we did. And then I took a nap and drank hot chocolate.
Oh yeah, I
and then
remember
she
you
woke me
saying
up.
that. That was a cool
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's just
adorable.
like, it's a nice memory that I have. And like, yeah, I think I have a happy childhood. Like,
you do.
I'm very fortunate that I grew up with parents that love me and stuff, and that I love them, and they let me do all my nerdy stuff, and they let me express myself and be free to be the person I wanted to be, and love me along the way. And like, yeah, my parents aren't perfect. Whose are?
Right.
And like there's definitely stuff that like sometimes I'm just like, but I always have these happy memories, and I know that my parents are going to be here for me and they care for me, and I'm just it makes me emotional thinking about it, like,
right.
cuz I think your chosen family can be just as important and valid as the family that you were assigned at birth.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, and I do have so many memories that I'm still creating with my chosen family.
right.
And like sometimes it's hard to figure out who your chosen family is, but
Right.
but it's possible, and there's so many opportunities and people in life, and just create good memories, because even if they're not in your life 10 years from now or whatever, you can still have those moments to look back on, and that's what's important.
Right. It's very true.
Like, yeah. Now I want to go back to when I was 14 and I was at an anime convention. It was such a wild, different time, man.
Yeah, such a winning time. Yeah.
None of us had cell phones to where, like, well, maybe
Flip
some kids
phones.
did, but I didn't have
Which
a
are
cell
back
phone.
now.
So I couldn't record and take pictures and stuff. I had a camera, like an actual film camera, that I would like take pictures at cons of, and we would go get them printed at Walmart.
Oh, I remember those days where you like the little Kodak moments. Yeah, that's what they call it. And you just snap it.
exactly.
Yeah, I remember those.
I think I had a Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak, and you take it and you get your film done, and then like, oh my god, I haven't had that happen in years. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's such a beautiful time, and I wish that I did that a little more nowadays. But the convenience of your phone is so real. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
don't
is.
need to.
Yeah, the convenience of the phone.
But yeah, I guess those are some joyous moments that I have of being a young weeb.
Yes, definitely. Good times.
All right, so how about we go to our next question?
Okay, and this is one.
I think that's the sports anime.
Do you want the sports? Okay, yeah, sports anime. Favorite
Yeah.
sports anime. Okay, so
Yes.
easily for me, it's Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime. I'll say this to anyone:
yeah.
if you've seen Hajime no Ippo, best punches in all anime. That beats the shit out of One Punch Man, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, anything. It's a boxing anime, so they specifically are tailored for punches. I guarantee, go watch Ippo versus Sendo, the finale, and you'll be like, oh shit, you're right. Because I know some people are about to start time like, no, the best punches no, shut up. No, I'm telling you right now, if you want to see the best punches ever in anime, watch Hajime no Ippo. Just amazing, spectacular show.
Yeah.
Great boxing. The fact that it's like so realistic and down to earth is like something I love, because it's just like, oh yeah, you can compete in it and you can do all this, and the way they train, it's very like, they always exaggerate it, but they can like, you know, make it doable. Like, you know how like do you know that anime Eye Shield 21? Oh yeah. So like an Eye Shield 21, like the football anime, like that one, it's so cool. Like you see the people training and they do a bunch of crazy stuff, but it's just like, it's very realistic. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go do 10,000 fingertip push-ups on my thumbs, doing a handstand with 15 billion pounds on my waist and shit like that. And it's just like, it's so cool. Like I love anime series like that. Like honestly, I would say sports anime can be hyper than shonen at times. Like it honestly can.
Yeah. I think like the pacing of them for sure can be. I have not myself experienced a lot of them. Free Iwatobi Swim Club was really good.
Oh yeah, Free's a good one.
Yeah, I
Bunch
enjoyed
of
that.
Man.
Yes, but one that I enjoyed growing up, and it wasn't an anime, and I don't know if it ever got animated, but it was in your weekly Jump. It was Slam Dunk.
Oh, the basketball anime.
Yeah. I loved reading it because it was mostly about this like this derpy big basketball guy that had a crush on this girl, and it was kind of like this cute romance manga, but it was about sports, and it was really cute and wholesome.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. Like that. Every time I think back on Slam Dunk, I only have fond memories. I never finished it, but I really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of in my favorites because Free Iwatobi Swim Club, I've got to say the abridged series is always better. 50% off is amazing. But in terms of enjoying it in its natural form, I think Slam Dunk is there for me.
Yeah.
If you just want a cute basketball thing that's also about a guy that's like super shy around this girl, but then he's all like, he's such a tsundere because like when he's with his boys, he's like, I'm gonna play basketball, and then when she walks by, he's like, hi.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I love it so much.
Yes. I hope he got with her in the end.
I hope so too. I don't
Yes.
remember,
Yes,
but he
too.
has to.
I hope so.
Back in this age of manga, he had to. The guy gets the girl. It's gotta happen. Nowadays, we got more weird.
Yeah, they got that
we
stupid
weirder
subversion
stuff.
trope where it's like, well, they're just gonna be friends now. Shut the fuck up.
Although I will say, when that had an anime, the girl he was supposed to end up with, he didn't end up with, and he ended up with the best friend from childhood. But then the girl he was supposed to end up with ended up being a yandere that murdered him, or tried to murder him. So, I'm kind of like, okay with him ending up with a childhood friend. I gotta say, though, Shuffle threw me for a loop.
Yeah, well, when they're psychotic, don't stick your dick in crazy.
Yeah, don't stick your dick in crazy, and don't let crazy stick in you.
Yep, exactamundo.
And this next question comes from Katie, and the question is, have you ever stuck your dick in crazy, or almost stuck your dick in crazy? This is an anonymous question from Katie.
I told you that story about me and the girl with the slave master shit, and I was just like, I was too horny to care.
Yep.
I mean, like, I guess
no more. Yes.
I guess this is crazy. I mean, like, for people listening, there was this one time I was hooking up with a girl, and she was like, oh, well, let's role play. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I'll be like the slave master's daughter, and you be the runaway slave and you escape. And I was just like, okay, I'm horny.
God.
You're lucky you're hot. But like, looking back now, I'm like, that girl was crazy. So yeah, it's just like, that was interesting.
I have a story that I would like to tell about a time that I didn't let crazy stick in me, but I did let crazy kiss me, and it led to a not good situation.
Oh, here we go.
So I was at I'm not even gonna say the name of the con. There was a con that I went to a lot, and it had a dance, and I'm mostly the type of person that I was always in a relationship, and so like not a lot of these opportunities struck, but when they did, it was like because like of whatever reason, like okay, I think I had just gotten out of a relationship that I'd been in for like 2.5 to 3 years in high school, and I was just like, oh geez, like heck, I'm real sad and stuff. And I was at a con, and there was this guy that every time he'd seen me at a con, I thought he was kind of creepy because he would kind of hit on me even though he knew that I had a boyfriend.
Oh, shit.
And this bitch, myself, one day at the con, I went to the dance, and he was there, and he asked me to dance, and I was like, you know what? Fine.
Were you single at this point, or are you still dating?
Yes, I was single. Like I just said, I had just gotten out of a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And like this guy, I always thought he was kind of creepy because the way he would talk to me, I always felt like he was flirting, and like it just gave me this feeling. I never said anything. I would just treat him respectfully and nicely. But then I was at this con one year when I was freshly single, and I went to the dance, and he was there. He asked me to dance, and I was like, sure. Let's dance. Fine. Like, I didn't say it like that, but that's probably what was going through my head because I was just not in a good place. And we danced and stuff, and I was wearing, like, real cute dress and stuff. And he was like, let me walk you up to your room. And I was like, okay, sure. And
was he cute at all in the face?
No.
Okay.
Well, he was average. He wasn't bad, and he wasn't bad looking. Like, he was fine.
Okay.
He was fine.
Mm-hmm.
We got in the elevator. And we're on the way up. No one else is in the elevator. So I let him kiss me. Like, we lean in, like...
Wait, so like, how did... I gotta know, like... Because people always say, like, I let him kiss me, but they never tell the build-up. They're just like, so we started kissing.
I'll tell you. So we walked to the elevator, like, I think we're holding hands. And, like, we're going to go up to my room. Like, I'm not making any plans of taking him in there. Because, like, my friends are all in there. I was just gonna let him walk me up. And so... we get in the elevator, and we're just kind of sitting in there alone, and we're standing near each other. And so he kind of steps a little closer to me, and I step a little closer to him. And there's just kind of this moment where we're looking at each other, and I'm just like...
You begrudgingly step closer to him.
yeah. And I'm just like, okay. Like, he was fine. Like, everything was, like, consensual and fine. It was just kind of like, inwardly, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Like, this guy's giving me some jeepers creepers. But you know what? I'm just going to do it. Okay, and so we kiss, and like we kiss for like I don't know a few seconds or whatever. Like it's not.
So was
crazy
it a
long
peck
kiss.
or was it like?
No, it was kind of a makeout little thing, like
tongue action or no?
Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't very long, but it was like blah 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 blah. Like
okay.
Yeah, and then it was over, and he was like, I don't even know what he said, but I just responded with like yeah, and so he walks me to my door, and I'm like. Okay, and at this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't think I want to see this guy again. That was nice, so I just say to him like, well, thank you for walking me up. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Like, you can leave. Like, I think I said that, and this is where things kind of start. For the next 4 years, this is where I get a stalker.
Oh wow.
So and that's why I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say the name of the con. But this guy. He's like, oh, nonsense. And he comes into the room, and he starts introducing himself to my friends, and I'm like, oh, God.
Oh,
no.
God.
Like,
wow,
oh, no.
wow.
Oh, God. Why did I do this? And that's probably on me. We shouldn't have kissed. Like, I shouldn't have encouraged him to think, like that something could be happening. But I did, say leave. But what happens after this, it ain't my fault. This ain't my fault. So he starts introducing himself to everybody, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's him. But, I'm really tired. Like, and I'm, like, really saying it. Like, I want to go to bed.
Right.
I want to go to bed. And so, and he just keeps, like, heckin' talking to everybody. He sits down, and he's just like, yeah, so me and Katie have been, like, talking for a little while. And I'm like, shut the fuck up in my head. Like, he just starts talking about how we've been talking. He doesn't bring up the kiss, thank God. But he keeps saying stuff that's kind of in the realm of like, yeah, we're kind of like, we're kind of kind of a thing. But like, he's not directly stating like she's my girlfriend, thank God, because I would have shut that down. But he's not saying stuff that's necessarily like. You can't just like shout it out. And so eventually I get him to leave. And so I'm just like, oh my God, I never want to see that guy again. Like, oh my God. And my friends are just like, oh my God, Katie, what the fuck? Like, you've talked about this guy before. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I had a moment of weakness. And so from that point on, every con I go to, he is Facebook messaging me asking like, hey, like.
Still to this day?
No. This is like,
okay.
Yeah. This was like for about 3 to 4 years. after that happened, he would, every time I go to a con, because I went to a lot of cons, he would like message me, because we were friends on Facebook, and he'd be like, hey, like, what time are you getting to the con? Like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to do this or this, this? And I would just kind of be like, oh, no, thank you. And like after the first 3 times of me saying no, you'd think he'd be like, and like eventually I'd start ignoring some of his messages. And then like at the con, I would sometimes just be like, I don't want to see him. Like, I don't know if I want to see him. But if he came up to me, of course I would be cordial and nice, but he would just kind of take the conversation there. Like, it would just kind of be like, I'd be with my friends and he'd come up and be like, Katie, and he would grab me into a hug. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, hey, how have you been? Like, he would just be like, Katie, and he would just hug me. Like, he'd just be like on me. And I'm like, but I didn't know, like, because I didn't quite know how to just say, like, I don't want to talk to you.
Right.
Because I didn't want to be, like, rude, but at the same time, it got to a point where I have been continuously turning down your advances. I've been saying, no. I don't think I want to hang out. Like, and every time he would come up, he would have this air of familiarity. Like, and this is, like, sometimes 2 years later, he would still have that kind of same, like, hey, Katie, and I'd be like, like, and, oh gosh, and eventually, I got into another relationship, and like, it definitely slowed. He would still, like, try to hang out, and, like, he'd come up to me, and, like, still have this air of familiarity, but he wouldn't be as flirty, and I would just be like, okay, cool, like, and I hope you're doing well, and then I think years had passed eventually when he stopped messaging me, and I was like, okay, cool, like, I think everything's good now, but I think a few years ago, semi-recently, I ran into him at a con, and he was just like, oh, hey, how have you been? And, he was perfectly normal. Perfectly fine, perfectly normal.
Okay.
And so that kind of ends that saga, like, not a thrilling end, but, like, it just, for a while, I was just like, oh, my God, like, this dude, like,
Weirdo.
Stop.
Yeah.
Like, and I shouldn't have let him kiss me.
Yeah.
I should not have kissed him back. Like, I should not have had that 30-second kiss in that elevator. And, yeah, you got to be honest about your feelings, man.
Right,
and, like, you just got to be like, hey, what I should have done is just been like, hey, I don't think that should have happened. You're really cool, but I need to go. But I was probably, like, I don't know, 15. I don't know how old I was. So maybe part of that's on me. But the continued escalation was not on me. I was very much like, no, I don't think I want this. No, I'm good. No.
So, yeah, he kept coming back. Yeah, I get that. Some people just don't get the hint.
Yeah. And so I hope he's happy and in a better place now. But, God, for a while, I would just be nervous that he was going to show up. Like, he never did anything to make me feel unsafe.
Right.
He just made me feel kind of like, stop. Like, I feel, like, weird. Like, I feel grossed out. Like, stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so that is a situation for all of you kids out there. Don't do that. Don't kiss somebody unless you're willing to say, hey, maybe that shouldn't have happened. Or, hey, that was fun, but, like, have that conversation afterwards or something might happen. And nowadays, like, I have a boyfriend now. But when I became single in more of my adult life, like, I learned that lesson very well. And communication is so important. And so any situation that arose that involved anything that needed conversations, I immediately would jump to conversation, sometimes before things would even happen. And that is the best approach. Just talk about things, man. It makes things better. It makes whatever experience you're sharing with this other human being so much better. Do that. Oh my gosh, because God, that was just I'm just glad that we're different humans now and that he's doing his best and I'm doing my best. Because growing up, that's one regret that I have in my life is kissing him.
Oh, yeah. I got you. That's true. That's very
But we were just kids, so it's not like, like, because when people say don't let dick put its crazy in you or don't put your dick in crazy, there's kind of an element of, like, there's something more adult there. But, like, yeah, just,
and this
even
was
a kiss
related to the
weird.
sports anime.
Oh, yeah.
I just realized.
So that's my favorite sports anime is not
yeah.
kissing weird people.
Yeah, totally.
So anyway, next question.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So talking about ending the story, with all the series that ended this year, Avengers, Star versus original, original No Neck Steven Universe, My Little Pony, Game of Thrones, LOL, etc. What do you think had the best conclusion? Well, not Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
honestly, let me think. Best conclusion.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. No.
Yeah, totally.
That's obvious, but
Well, this is easy for me then. I already know.
Let's see. Well, Steven Universe is still gonna have Steven Universe Future.
Yeah, but I think they're saying like original, like because then they say I think it's like how Dragon Ball cut off to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I think it's like that. Like the movie was like, oh, this was. Or like pre-time skip Naruto where he goes to train with Jiraiya, then he comes back with Shippuden.
Yeah.
And it's just like sort of like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited for cuz Steven Universe, I think the ending was nice, but I like the fact that we're getting Future to kind of cover the things that I would complain about not knowing about. So I can't fully speak to it yet because the only unsatisfying things that I feel are things that are going to be actively addressed.
Right.
So I will say My Little Pony, I think out of this list, I think the ending was very concise and beautifully done.
Easily to me. Like, to me,
yes.
It's not a contest. Like, My Little Pony, like, that ending had me... Because, like, for years, like, it was, like, just such a neat little package of just, like, everything I wanted to wrapped up. Like, oh, these two people got together. Oh, this happened. Oh, this. Like, that whole thing, like, the way it concluded, I was just... satisfied. Like it was like 9 seasons worth of show. There wasn't a thing that made me go, oh well, I wish I would have done that. The only thing I really wish they would have done was like Celestia, but like you're past it at this point, so it's just like okay, I'm happy. Like the finale, I was just like I'm satisfied. I cried my eyes out. I thought it was great, and like for me it was such a great ending. Like the Avengers thing, if Endgame was like the last MCU movie, I'd be like, oh fuck yeah, like that was a great ending. But the fact that there's more MCU movies and the fact that like they're having a Black Widow movie with Iron Man and all that stuff, and especially in the movie, it's just like, well, that kind of derails what you said in the movie. And then also the fact that Far From Home wasn't that great in my opinion. It's just like, it was just like I think like everything else. Star versus me and Paleo talked about this. Hero 2. It's one of those series where before we would highly recommend it, but then like when we got to last season while we were enjoying it, they kind of like shit the bed on the ending, because like the ending, I'm not going to spoil it just because you haven't watched it and you might watch it in the future, but like in the ending, it made you just look at it and go, wow, they should have built up to something better than this. Because the problem with season 4 was there was a lot of episodes where it wasn't it wasn't leading to anything. It was just a filler episode. Like there was an episode where like Marco is trying to get a wallet for some reason, and it's just like, well, maybe if you had just cut that episode out, we could have had a more story driven thing, which could have led to this, because like the last few episodes are just like pinned together in this 3 thing, and it's just like the way they went about it was just stupid. Like the way that ended was just stupid. I didn't like it at all. Like I really did not like the ending in Star Versus. So like it's like Saber was saying this with Game of Thrones, it's hard for me to go out and recommend it to someone, because like while the first few seasons are great, that last season is just like, what the fuck, dude? So it's just like you sort of like and there's not like a cutoff point. Like some series, like Sword Art Online, for example. Like Sword Art Online, you can go like, all right, watch the first 13 episodes, then skip to the very last episode of season 1 and watch that, and then like it's just like, okay, you have like a little nice story. Ignore all the fairy shit. Yeah. And then it's just like, yeah, you can just do that. But then, like, with Game of Thrones and Star Versus and stuff like that, there's, like, always a lot of, oh, well, they always had it, like, open-ended, so it leads to something. So it's just like, oh, well, I got to keep watching. Oh, that's what you did? I didn't care for it. But, like, My Little Pony was just like, oh, you did an amazing job, in my opinion. Amazing.
Yeah, like, I definitely agree, because Steven Universe is one of those shows that I definitely love and appreciate it for different reasons. My Little Pony was something that I really enjoyed getting to go on that journey with all of you guys, and kind of watching it on my own, too. Like, I think it had a lot of awesome stuff to offer, and getting to experience it the way that I did was really fun. And I think the ending did a really good job at being kind of what was expected, but also wasn't expected because it actually created a very satisfying situation.
Right.
And sometimes there's just the fear of like, well, the budget or this or that. They're not going to be able to do everything, but I felt like they pretty much did everything. But with Steven Universe, we're kind of getting a new like precedent of like, hey, we're going to do this little sideshow of everything that we couldn't answer in the main thing. And I'm really excited about it. It actually makes me more excited than I was for like My Little Pony stuff, because Steven Universe is something that the lore of it was something that really excited and kept me going for a long time. And My Little Pony, while it's quaint and cute and I really enjoyed it and the wholesome lessons I would learn, plot-wise, like I think Steven Universe always, because of the fandom community that I was able to be a part of, the lore of it would always kind of keep me on my toes because I got to experience it like you guys got to experience My Little Pony back in the day.
Yeah.
Like the release schedule, I would be kind of at the mercy, like everybody else, of when are we going to get this next update on this diamond? Or like, oh, there's a diamond reveal. Oh my God. Like getting to experience it like that created like this hype for me that I'm sure if I experienced My Little Pony the way you guys did growing up, it might have the same impact. But
yeah, because we like that was one of those times where we just like there's so much stuff that we got to know like from the show and behind the scenes and all this stuff, and it was like, oh wow. So it was like, yeah, there was 10 years of that, so that was cool.
Yeah, so My Little Pony I think is what had the most satisfying ending from that list, but in terms of the ending that has me the most excited, it's Steven Universe.
We'll see. Because Steven Universe I think is really good. There's like some issues I have problems with, but like for the most part I think it's a good series. But I agree.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's go to our last question, and then we'll wrap things up.
Okay. All right. So our last question is, one of these four series has to go away forever. They will have no impact on each other, and you'll have memories of it, but they'll be gone, and you get the final say. Which are you picking? Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, My Hero Academia. I already know which one I'm getting rid of, but I can't because the other one of them is like part of my DNA. Like it's like seriously engraved in my DNA. I would never ever in a billion years ever sacrifice anything to do with that. Now, the other shit I would sacrifice, like the fucking Super, of course, like everyone knows is Dragon Ball for me. I'm keeping because it's just like.
So how about let's do it like this? I'll say what I think your answer is, and you say what you know my answer is.
So are you saying like which one I think you'd get rid of, or like?
Yeah, and I'll say which one I think you would get rid of.
Okay. I think. Honestly, while it makes me sad, I think you'd probably get rid of Dragon Ball because you read through all of the other ones and you haven't read through that.
I have not seen enough Dragon Ball. I would get rid of it.
Yeah, okay. So which one would I get rid of?
I think that you would get rid of One Piece because I don't think you've seen a lot of One Piece.
No, I have seen one. I actually caught up recently. So like it's like a lot of interesting things. But I agree. But okay, so this is how I look at it from overall like quality. So because I have this little like rule sheet that I use for like how
you have seen a lot of it now that I think about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I was the one who was always talking about it before you got into it. So yeah, let's see. I did always talk about it because I was always talking about it with
yeah, you love Zoro.
Yeah, Zoro was my boy. Let's see, what is it?
Yeah, but Dragon Ball I just haven't seen enough, so I would just get rid of that.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where I'm just like,
yeah.
I wish you just like I would send you the manga because I own all the manga. Like do that whole One Piece thing and just be like, hey, read this because it's like
maybe next year because once I'm caught up with One Piece and My Hero and I'm reading it weekly and I'm already caught up with Promised Neverland, so I'm gonna start the weekly train there again. Then maybe I can add another one next year, but until I'm caught up with Critical Role, I'm not starting a new manga.
Okay. Well, Dragon Ball's the GOAT. Because, like, reason is, like, so One Piece, I'll say this.
One Piece.
Okay, so, like, all right, Naruto I like a lot for a lot of reasons, but, like, okay, like, if I had to put them in order of which ones I honestly liked the most right now, it would be Dragon Ball at the top, just, it's the GOAT, God King. Honestly, My Hero Academia would be second because it's like it took a lot of things I liked from Naruto and One Piece, but like in like sort of improved on it. Like Naruto has still way better fight choreography. Let's just make that clear. Like nothing beats Naruto in fight choreography. But then like to me, length plays a key role in like rewatchability for a series, for me personally. So like if I was to like go off its merits, it's like, okay, how many of this characters do I like? How much of this is rewatchable to me, like without me going like, oh my God, I gotta do this. Like the thing about One Piece is there's a lot of arcs I like, but then there's a lot of arcs I'm meh on, and then there's a lot of just like, okay, this is being padded out to a point where I'm just like, can we get to the fucking, like freaking Nami said in the movie, do you want to find the One Piece or not? It's just like, there are points like that in the series. When My Hero Academia is just like, I enjoy like most of this like scene. It's just like, yeah, I really like this arc. I really like what's going on. I really like this little aspect that's being brought up and all this. I really like all that stuff a lot. I love the characters. There's a lot of stuff in that, like Naruto. One thing's that Naruto did, it pulled something I really don't like in series, is when like the other characters start getting the shaft. When it's like in the beginning series, the first part of Naruto, it was like, oh, all the characters, like they have their unique little things and they're like badasses, but then after a while it turned to the Naruto and Sasuke show. And it's just like in Sakura, and it's just like, cool, like, oh, those three are badasses, but it's just like, why can't Rock Lee be fucking up like this? I know he kicked Madara in half, but it's just like, oh, why can't Guy do this? Why can't Ino and all the other ones? It was just like, to me, this is a problem Dragon Ball did too, where it just turned into like the Goku and Vegeta show in Dragon Ball Super. And it's just like, I don't like when you have like such a big cast of characters that originally like everyone was like such a badass, and then they just go, oh no, we're going to focus on these two instead of like growing everyone up. Like that always takes a little thing out for me. But My Hero is becoming a bit more balanced in that regard, and then One Piece is a very balanced too, so I like that about One Piece, is like it's very balanced. Well, besides that movie, but like I would say honestly, I love One Piece, but I would give I'd probably say One Piece just from the length.
Okay, cool. Well, I would if I had to order my shows, I think I would go Naruto, My Hero, One Piece, and Dragon Ball. But One Piece and My Hero are kind of fighting, because yes, the length is kind of like a thing to consider for One Piece, but I've really enjoyed like kind of being in the community of One Piece, and I think that the lore of One Piece entices me more than the lore of My Hero. Like, but the characters and stuff, I think My Hero has definitely got me sucked in a little bit. Like, they have different elements, so they're kind of tied, but Dragon Ball is definitely last, Naruto's definitely in first. So yeah,
because you haven't read it. Damn it! Now that's one of those. Like to me, it's one of those like boomer. This is my okay boomer moment.
Okay, boomer.
Because I'm just like, oh my god, yeah. But oh well.
No, yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it, and I think that's a good place to end today's episode.
Yeah, find us on our social medias.
You can find me.
Connie Day Official on Twitter. Connie Day Cosplay on Facebook. Connie Day YouTube. Connie Day Official Twitch.tv.
Yay!
Connie Day MySpace. Connie Day Tumblr. Connie Day. Yeah.
Pretty Productions and Dr. Crafty too, and you can find Jordan at Jaxblade Fitness on Twitter, at Jaxblade on the YouTubes and the Instas and the stuff, and yeah, you can find him all of the locations. If you Google Jaxblade, you will find him.
Yeah, you'll find me on Google.
You will find him.
Google me.
Yes.
I'm famous.
So, yeah, and then you can find us at WeirdFlexPod on Twitter for the podcast, and you can email us at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com. We would also love it if you tweeted at us or emailed us or commented on the video, did whatever you want to do, and on Patreon at WeirdFlexButOkayPodcast, the Weird Flex But Okay Patreon. You can follow us there for $1 or $2, where we have an exclusive Patreon feed where we sometimes post silly stuff. And yeah, that is a wrap. Jordan, say something funny.
Yo, it's Jax. These the facts. When I'm in the, I don't know.
That's
but my heart is breaking.
Perfect.
Every day I feel sad, but I feel better each day because I talk.
Suffering.
Every day is suffering, but it's okay because I can get through anything because I'm strong.
Hell yeah. 100% agree on all fronts. Well, everybody, have a good night. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.